List views are one of the viewing options we have for any record area in the program. Right now I'm on work order records, and my default layout is showing my form view on the right-hand side of the page and my list view on the left-hand side of the page. As it relates to records, list views allow me to see what records I have in this record area. It also allows me to navigate through the records simply by clicking on any one of these records in my list view. To navigate the list view, I have this ellipses in the middle of my screen to the right of the list view we're seeing here. When I hover over this ellipses, I can minimize my list view by clicking the little arrow icon here, and that's going to show just the form view. I can bring that list view back showing just the abbreviated version by clicking the arrow again, or I can maximize my list view by clicking this icon right here. Within the list view itself, we've got different list view layouts. Here I'm on ID and description only, which is the default list view layout in any record area of the program. I can click this drop down here and see all of the different list view layouts that I can view in the record area. Here I'll choose active work orders, open and on hold. I have a few options just within this list view layout here. First, I can resize any of these columns by hovering over the column I would like to resize and the column next to it. When I hover between these two, I get a cursor just like this, and now I can click on that column and I can drag it out or drag it in to resize these columns. I can also reposition any of the columns on this list view simply by clicking and then dragging the column where I want it to sit within my list view and dropping it. I can also view these records in different ways by sorting any one of these columns. To sort a column, I simply click on the column header. Here I'll click on description, and I can see this is going to sort ascending. I can see that with the arrow pointing up. I could click the column header again, and it will sort this list descending. I can also filter any column by clicking on the filter funnel icon here and selecting any of the values to filter. The next capability I have on the list view is typing in keywords into my column search rows. Each column has a column search row underneath the column header. This defaults to searching by a contains value, and I can simply type in any keyword or value I want to look for within this list, and that's going to filter that for me. I can use the buttons up here at the top of my list view to filter as well. If there are records that I do not want to see on this list view, I can simply select those records and click the Omit button up at the top, and that's going to filter those records out of my list. I can use the Lookup button to see just those records that I do want to see. Here I'll say I would like to see this work order at the top on the fly, as well as heater is not working. I'll come up to the top after I've selected those work orders and click the Look Up button, and that's going to filter out everything except for those records I've selected. To clear these filters, I would come up to the top of my page and I would click View All. Lastly, I can print or export this list view by coming over to the right side of my page. I'm going to click on the print icon, and that's going to give me a print pop-up which will recognize what list view layout I am looking at currently. Within this print preview, I can physically send this to my printer, or I can export this report as these different file types here.